What is up, my N-words? There are a few small details in GTA 5 that I'm surprised I never noticed before that people told me about recently. Did you guys know that there's something called Air Emu? Air Emu is an Australian airline corporation featured in GTA 5 and GTA Online. The player can buy stocks, Several Air Emu aircrafts can be found and flown in Los Santos International Airport. I never noticed this. Did I just never read it on the side? The brand is a parody of Qantas Airways, who are an Australian airline famous for their flying kangaroo logo. I always used to fly Qantas, even though they're more expensive. But Aitana has convinced me that they suck, so I don't do that anymore. Because we had some bad experiences with them because they always have strikes and stuff going on. And they are more expensive. But there are some flights out of Australia that, like the longest flights, like only Qantas does and stuff. But I just found it funny that I just have never noticed this. That being Australian, I should know every Australian reference in GTA 5, but apparently I don't. Another one I didn't know about was Cougar Avenue. Well, to be fair, I did find this out like 6 months ago or something. I should never mention it on stream. But, well, there's an area called Cougar Avenue, and there's like a building on it that you can purchase called 69 Cougar Avenue. It's a safe house located on Cougar Avenue. 69 is a clear reference to the sex position, another example of Rockstar's obscene adult humor. Obscene? Cougar is slang for an older woman who prefers younger men, further adding to the humor. Hilarious. You know what they say, guys? You learn something new every day, but you forget 1,000 things every day. So you're always at a negative of 999 things per day. That's what they say all the time. Last night, it was like 11 p.m. and my girlfriend says to me, I got friends coming over tomorrow. Can you make my makeup vanity desk? Get something that's close to it. It's like, it looks kind of like this. Not exactly like that, but like that's a vanity mirror, right? And I'm like, well, you know, I love her. I'll do it. I'm super tired. I want to go to bed, but it would be nice if it was done for when her friends came over and stuff. And so she had started to build the thing, like she'd made the top with the mirror. And so I came along, took the base, drilled it in, built all the drawers, built all the legs and stuff. And then it's now laying on the ground. And so I pick it up to put it sitting as it would in a room, and it all broke. So what had happened is, and this is not the exact one I had, but her and her mother had built this part, and the one we had like two of these on either side. And so the middle moves. And so when I screwed in the bottom, I didn't realize how they'd placed it. So the screws had missed the top. Like 2 had hit here and like 1 hit here and like the other 4 had missed. So there wasn't enough structural support holding this onto the base. And so then it just broke. Like it ripped out the few screws that I had and did damage and stuff. I've never felt so emasculated. I've never like failed to build a piece of furniture before. At least that I can recall. Surely it has to happen some of the time, but this, I just felt so bad.
Still better than that bench swing dude.
True, okay, yeah, true. That's definitely better than that bench swing dude guy, yeah. So I have to get another one, basically. Like, I often get other people to make furniture for me, but only because it takes time, you know? You know what's funny? I released that video talking about the clip of me accidentally saying the N-word when I mimicked the game, when I was quoting the game. It is my best performing video of my last 10. It's got a 99.1% like ratio. 9,306 likes to 83 dislikes. Oh, it doesn't show me the waveform here. It doesn't show me the waveform, but there's a huge peak at the actual clip. Oh, wait, is that? No. Funny. But you gotta understand, guys. While I know that's how people will react, brands can be very skittish. Or there can be some people who will overreact to negativity on the internet and worry about it a lot, and it stresses them out a lot. You're kind of surprised by that? It was very, very obviously not something done with hate or to attack people or whatever. It was obviously legitimately an accident. And the only people who would question it are people outside of those who watch my videos or who don't like me or are just trying to score points or take jabs or harm me or whatever. And that's obviously not the people who are going to get this video recommended to them.
Found the secret to YouTube success.
Found the secret to YouTube success. And if said footage is taken out of context, yeah, it is often taken out of context. As I said in the video, people often edited it so it just looked like I was saying the M word or whatever. I'm not sure if I'll have space for it in my iceberg, but what's interesting about some dramas I've been in is sometimes not what the drama itself was about or the context of it or what happened, but how malicious actors have actively worked to misrepresent what happened. And the interesting ways that they will twist things or remove information. Chat, you guys are gonna see a small bit of my house. that no one else has ever seen. You know why? It rained heavily last night, and I spent like an hour bucketing water out of my house. So this is the very corner of one of my walls. And so in a seam in the wall, the way my house is built, it has like a trim at the bottom. And so it was coming out here. And look how fast it's coming out. And then to make matters worse, it started to come out the roof here. So we figured out what the problem was. Unfortunately, the rain let up enough that it wasn't raining to the degree that it is filling up enough to go in the roof and stuff. But there's now water damage in my roof. It could have been, as I kept saying throughout the time, this could have been a lot worse. The problem that caused this could have been a lot worse. But I sure hope it doesn't rain before Monday, because plumber's not coming out to Monday. But holy shit. So obviously, we were under the impression that it might never stop raining. So we had to call like an emergency roof specialist plumber guy, right? And so before they even came out, they charged me a fee. What do you think that fee was? It was 600 Australian dollars. So like 450 USD. The guy gets over here and he is the, how to say this, the dopiest guy I've ever interacted with for any reason. He had absolutely no interest in what was going on, asked no relevant questions. I had to give him information. He's like, yeah, it's good. Yeah, information's good. Talk to my manager guy and see what we can do. I'm like, what? He's not going to look at anything himself? What? And the place where the leak was coming from, it was drizzling by the time he arrived. Like the water had stopped coming through the house. And it's like, I felt comfortable standing out there to the degree that he's there for like 10 minutes. And then he goes out and sits in his car for like another 20 minutes. Then he comes back with an iPad. And on the iPad is like 2 sentences. And it's just like, I'll go out there and check and see if there's an issue for another $850. And, if I find a problem, then we'll talk about like the potential costs in fixing it. I was just like, wow. These guys must run the greatest scam where they just go to houses, do nothing, or if there's some easy thing, they just, don't tell the homeowner, and they just, because the homeowner will be panicking because of water in their walls and shit, they'll be like, just take whatever money, and they just charge them up the ass. Utter amazing scam. So of course I didn't pay him, and I just told him to leave. Like I was just like, get out. I closed the door in his face as he's like, whoa, wait. I'm just like, so I went out onto like it's like the outdoor area, like the roof of that. And I was up there and I was looking around, and I am pretty sure I know what the problem is. It's just the water isn't filtering as fast as it's meant to, because there's like a buildup of dirt or grime or moss or whatever. And so the water thankfully does filter through. It's just because it was such a heavy storm last night, it was too much for it to handle. With that being said, we've had heavier storms while being here before. It's just, just enough buildup over time, and it's just not able to filter it correctly. Either that, or maybe something in my new irrigation system has made it filter out slower. I'm not sure, but yeah, what a night though. You should build your homes to European standards. I'm pretty sure Australia has pretty good building standards. It's just, you know how it is with these companies that make houses specifically to sell and stuff. Like they cut corners. They want everything to look good for the sale, but the longevity of what's in the house, like, no, right? Would I rather have that guy again or the guy who built my chair? That guy again. The guy who built that swing chair back in the day, holy shit. Like, most of you weren't around for those days, and you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I just got a guy from, like basically the equivalent of Fiverr, but for odd jobs. Like it was air task in Australia, and he tried to build me a swinging chair for outside, like a 2-seater one. And oh my god, the most singularly most incompetent person I have ever seen in my entire life. And every aspect of what he did, like he damaged things, and then like he refused to accept that he damaged things, even though he broke most of the chair, and then he refused to give me my money back. I've had some bad luck with some stuff. Got the best memes from it though. I think the best meme was just me on the eventual chair. You seem very scamble? Yes. The more stuff you do, and the less stuff you do yourself, the more likely you are to be scammed. Do you consider the final episode of Oko to be the absolute height of your content creator career? I guess you have to say yeah. Honestly, when you just look at my top performing videos, yes, it is clearly the height. There were definitely moments where I felt No, honestly, this is probably the height of how satisfied I was with something I did. This 100% GTA 5 video was also up there. The end game pacifist stuff is really, really good. Like, I'm so proud of this video. Like, if I were to rank these videos in terms of how proud I was, I'm so happy this video is up here. It's now top 10. A lore video from me in top 10. That's so cool.
You'll always be the best GTA YouTuber to me, Matto. Just please don't diddle any kids.
Very low bar. I definitely won't, man. I'm thankful every day that I'm into big booty Latinos, alright? Well, specifically one big booty Latino. You are amazing. How do we get so good at GTA? By playing the video game. I remember this comic that an artist made where it's them drawing and a person walks up and says, "Wow, your art is so good. You must have such amazing talents." And the person's like, "Well, no, I just practiced every day." And the other person's like, "Well, yeah, I just wish I was born with such amazing talent to be so good at art, but alas, I'm just not good at art." And the artist's like, "But I just practiced and I became better at art. You could practice." "Oh, it's impossible. I could never be an artist like you. I was not born with the talent." I think that every time when someone says, "Yeah, I wish I was good as you at X or Y," it's like, you could be if you want to spend the time, but as with most things in life, it's just not worth the time. Or you don't want it enough to put in the time. Like, sure, it'd be great to be like a master of karate or something, but it's like, hey, I don't want to spend years doing that. Do you plan on doing any variety in the future? So the problem with doing variety content is you need like a hook, an angle that can make the video appealing to the wider algorithm. When you do games when they're just brand new, the hook is that it's a brand new game. People are like, "Oh, what's this?" Especially when you're a variety content creator, but that's your normal audience are expecting you to be picking out the coolest new games. If I'm just playing a random game that's like a year old or whatever, there's not going to be necessarily an interest in the algorithm for people playing it. And if there is an interest in the algorithm for people playing it, it's going to be for like particular challenges and stuff. What I'm trying to say is playthroughs of video games don't do well in the algorithm. There's just too many people doing them. So if I'm doing variety content, I have to think that there is some aspect of my playthrough that's going to be widely appealing. So when I did Red Dead 2, right, there's no angle to that, but I play Rockstar games. I'm a Rockstar guy. So there's an audience, people go, "Oh, it's DarkViperAU playing their game." So it can do decently well. But if I play Megabonk, it's been out for 10 days or whatever. You guys don't know what that is, not necessarily gonna click it, and I'm not necessarily good at it. I don't know how to make it appealing in the algorithm. And so there's not much point in me doing it. When I do Saints Row stuff, there's not people playing that game. So you've got the appeal of it being nostalgic, like, "Oh, I remember Saints Row. Oh yeah." You've got the appeal of it being me playing it, where people are like, "Oh, that's DarkViperAU playing a different game than he normally does. Sick." 3, it's got an appeal of being close to being GTA-like. It's like, "Oh, this is a game similar to GTA that I've not necessarily seen before. This is cool." Those are the kind of games that I'll play in variety. For example, I just downloaded Saints Row 4. And so that will probably be the next game that I play. But there's not many games like that. But like, Red Dead Redemption 1 is still coming out. Saints Row 3 is still coming out. Mafia 1 and 2 are still coming out. Those are the games that fit this kind of vein where, despite me not being an expert in them, and therefore not knowing good ways to do challenges or to present them in the algorithm that would appeal to a wide amount of people, they still fit those 3 criteria before, and so can potentially do decently well. So there will be some variety, but just not that much, because there's not that many games that I can do well with. I've got it into my head that I can train myself to say the letter R correctly. Even then I just did it incorrectly. Because it's like rice versus rice. Like, there's you know where your tongue goes when you do it like a D? Duh, you know? It's like what kind of way your tongue goes when you're meant to do R correctly, right? So I can go ra, where my tongue like bunches up, or ra, kind of thing. Ra, rice, deer, for, roar, rough. Like I have to intentionally force myself to put my tongue where it's meant to go. It's because how I normally say R is closer to how you say W. So it's like white versus rice. But like if you don't move your tongue, like it's like rice versus rice or something. Rice. It's why I can't roll R's normally. Carro, and carro or something. It's like is that a sufficient rolling of the R for Spanish? Rope. It's like my tongue is numb. Yeah, but I use it for everything else. La, ra. It's annoying. Red, rice, retro, It's not your fault, it's the Australian accent? Nah, it's not the Australian accent. There's a word for it. It's called Rossicism. It's funny that a word for being unable to say R correctly is starts with R itself. So even there, like I said, R.
So did you accidentally learn to pronounce R wrong and it became something too hard to unlearn?
There are several different reasons it develops, and it varies a lot from person to person. Hearing, accents, neurological, anatomical, developmental. I think it probably was just my tongue was very large and my teeth bunched together. Dental structure also plays a role. Yeah. And now that I've reshaped my teeth, it's now possible. If you grew up around accents or languages where R is different, many European languages, for example, use a rolled or uvula R. Your brain may have simply wired a different version as the default. Oh. Australian English is non-rhetoric. Is how you spell it? Rhotic. This is the big one. In Australian English, you don't pronounce R at the end of words or before consonants. Car. Isn't that more like New York or whatever? Bird. Oh yeah, well we go. Butter. So you drop the R. This means Australians only really use the R sound when it comes before a vowel, like in red, one, bright. So compared to American English speakers, Australians simply encounter and produce the R sound less often in everyday speech. Do the car sound? Well, starting with P is better apparently. Prrr, and then ra, ra, roar. I found out something yesterday. I did not have my tip jar on YouTube attached to anything. Every like couple of months, a person in chat would be like, I tried to give you a tip on YouTube, it didn't work. I'm like, oh, it should. I don't know what that's about. I think it's just never been connected. Or hasn't been connected in a long time. There used to be a thing on YouTube that was an actual tip jar, but they got rid of it like a decade ago. This is before live streaming. I mean, I've gotten super chats and super stickers. I've gotten all these things. So maybe that was just something else. Oh, you know what's funny? There's actually another way to donate now. How crazy is this? Turn on gifts on live streams. Let your fans join the fun and be a part of your stream by sending gifts. You'll earn rubies each time you receive a gift. You know how there's like vertical live streams on TikTok and stuff, and you're sending love hearts and all that jazz? Because YouTube now has vertical live streams, the mobile phone live streams. And even my live stream is like cropped down into that section, but I just assume that people, when they see me there, will click into the full live stream. But in those streams specifically, they now have another type of donation called rubies. And when I saw it, I was like, rubies? Isn't that like an actual currency? And no, I was probably thinking of rubles or rupees from Zelda. Like when I first saw it, I was like, is YouTube detecting me in the wrong region or something? But no, it's just something else dumb. Yeah, rupee is in Indian, I believe, yeah. When I first saw it, I thought it might have been in the Indian region or something, but more than this though, I did wonder if, because India is most associated with using just their mobile phones for the internet and watching media, I wonder if that influenced their decisions to what to call it. Have you heard this drama about Bad Bunny that he's going to be singing at the Super Bowl or whatever? So, for those who don't know, Bad Bunny is going to be doing a Super Bowl halftime show performance. And there's been a lot of critics of it. Some people being like, yo man, why don't they have country music? Country music's so much better, blah, 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 blah. To which people responded, Bad Bunny, just for America, is like the 13th most streamed musician. But for the world, he's first. And what's crazy is, people like me were like, who's Bad Bunny? Now when I say people like me, I mean, prior to meeting Aitana, I had no idea who Bad Bunny was. So I've known who Bad Bunny was for, almost 2 years. Because Bad Bunny is Spanish speaking. I believe they're from Puerto Rico. So Bad Bunny is from Puerto Rico. So they are American. His songs are a lot of Spanish. And so I didn't know of him, obviously. I wouldn't consider myself to be on the pulse in regards to hit music anyway. But because of the Spanish speaking stuff, didn't know of them. But they're huge. Huge. And with this controversy around them playing at the halftime show in the Super Bowl, like more people who wouldn't normally hear of his music are starting to listen to it. And I see people going like, man, this stuff's great. Because it is. It's very good.
Does Aitana know/listen Bad Bunny?
Here's what I'm saying. Aitana listens to a lot of Bad Bunny. She put it on in the car and stuff. I'm like, who the hell is this? Like, and she actually said to me, you don't know Bad Bunny? I'm like, no, I don't. I'm just a shut-in white boy, scared of the world. No, I go places, guys. I touch grass. What music do I listen to? Here are all the songs I have most recently added to my playlist. Your Idol, Golden. This is from the K-pop Demon Hunters Netflix movie. Montegame Ragada. I know what that is. I believe this is from a TikTok song that sounded cool. The Underworld God Games, the challenge, hold 'em down, suffering, warrior of the mind, wouldn't you like, no longer you, would you fall in love with me again? All this from Epic official albums, which is basically like a dramatic musical of the Odyssey that has been all over TikTok for years. Eternity by You'll Be Alright Kid. Wait, no. It's the album name, not the artist name. Oh, okay. Hell's Coming With Me, Providence, and I guess because it's just more the same stuff. You know any of this music? Yes. Because the main place I learn of songs is TikTok. I'll be more honest. The only place I learned a few songs is TikTok. Which means 80% of the time, I'll go to TikTok and be like, yeah, this is good shit. Then I'll go to Spotify, get the song, and I'll be like, this song sucks. Except for that 20-second bit that they put in TikTok. There are so many songs like that they go that bang in 20 seconds, and then like for the other 2.5 minutes, you're just like, come on, just get that good 20 seconds part. Hi! Getting to the end of a Viper Rambles episode proves that you like me and my work far more than the average person. Given that, it's possible that you might find value in becoming a YouTube member. Members get early access to all my videos, including Rambles, as well as access to my growing library of re-uploaded deleted videos, 5% off my merch, and the ability to leave comments and feedback before public release, which is incredibly helpful for me and my team. You also get a cute badge next to your name, so I can easily identify you in my comment section and live stream chats, and you can also use all my cute emotes everywhere on the channel. Lastly, after 3 months of being a member, you can submit on my Discord to join my GTA Online crew. Thanks for the consideration, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope you enjoy future ones as well.